British firm Jaguar Land Rover took its sweet time getting into the electric vehicle marketplace. I mean, yeah, there was the crazy CX-75, which never made it into production, and it was a hybrid rather than a fully electric vehicle. And then there was the prototype Range Rover plug-in hybrid that I happened across at a mall when I was living in Bristol in the UK. And then, of course, there was the all-electric Land Rover Defender, a car that was definitely only a prototype vehicle, and one which I had the pleasure of driving and actually falling in love with. But when it comes to production vehicles, well, there's only been one Jaguar Land Rover with a plug so far that's all electric, the Jaguar I-Pace electric SUV, not to be confused with the Jaguar E-Pace, which is actually an internal combustion engine vehicle. Why Jaguar? While the I-Pace has sold pretty well in its home market of Europe, it's not sold well in North America, with customers preferring instead to buy Tesla. But despite its low sales in some markets, the I-Pace is a car that Jaguar seems pretty dedicated to. And now Jaguar Land Rover has 2 more electric models in the pipeline that it will plan to sell alongside the I-Pace, the Jaguar J Pace and the Land Rover Road Rover. These will join the I-Pace and the already confirmed Jaguar XJ Electric in production by the end of 2021. That's according to reporting from Autocar, which said this week that Jaguar Land Rover is laying down £1 billion to convert 2 facilities in the UK from their current production line setup to one that can better accommodate electric vehicles. The 2 facilities, Castle Bromwich and Solihull in the Midlands, will tool up to produce vehicles based on Jaguar Land Rover's brand new vehicle platform called the Modular Longitudinal Architecture, or MLP for short. It will underpin future all-electric Jaguar Land Rover vehicles, but isn't designed exclusively for electric cars. In other words, while it will underpin future electric models, it will also be used for internal combustion and hybridized vehicles as well. For a company the size of Jaguar Land Rover, the flexibility of a shared common platform means that it can respond more quickly to changes in demand, as well as retain flexibility into the future to deal with tightening emissions regulations. And while I would rather see the firm produce just electric vehicles, the path it seems to be following is a fairly common one in the mainstream automotive industry. For example, Ford, Volkswagen and Volvo all use similar ideas for their modular vehicle platforms. So Jaguar Land Rover is certainly not alone here. And using a variety of powertrains on the new MLA platform is also likely out of necessity. In Europe, emissions regulations are becoming increasingly difficult to meet for automakers who do not produce electric or electrified vehicles. This means that while Jaguar Land Rover can continue to produce internal combustion engine gas guzzlers, it is under increasing pressure to build plug-in hybrid and hybrid variants of those same vehicles. If enough customers buy the hybrid, plug-in hybrid or electric version, it can just about meet its emissions requirements. In another time, we'd call that compliance car production. And to be honest, I think that's probably what we're seeing for Jaguar Land Rover. By the way, while Jaguar already has the I-Pace, these 3 new models for Jaguar Land Rover will actually be the first all-electric models produced in-house by Jaguar Land Rover. That's because the I-Pace isn't actually made by the company, but rather by Magna Steyr, an Austrian manufacturing specialist. It builds a variety of well-known vehicles under license for their respective automakers, including the current Mercedes-Benz G-Class, the BMW 5 Series, BMW Z4, Toyota Supra, and the Jaguar E-Pace, as well as the I-Pace. As I've already mentioned, the J Pace, Road Rover and XJ will all be based on the same MLA platform, which means that non-plug-in variants will exist too. Each of the vehicles will essentially become flagship models. The XJ Electric will become Jaguar's flagship sedan, the J Pace will become Jaguar's flagship electric SUV, and the Road Rover will become the flagship electric SUV for Land Rover and or Range Rover. With more and more brands going towards SUVs, it's no surprise really that Jaguar Land Rover is heavily investing in electric SUVs, with Jaguar's J-Type expected to launch as an all-electric version first, then getting an internal combustion engine variant further down the road. And if I'm honest, that seems a waste of resources, as many European countries are seeking to end all new internal combustion engine vehicle sales within the next decade. So does this mean Jaguar Land Rover isn't serious about electric? Well, no, I think it's a little more nuanced than that. I think it shows that Jaguar Land Rover is, unfortunately, like many other legacy automakers, knowing full well that the future is electric, but not being quite ready to make the full jump. And that's a shame, because I think an electric lineup at both Jaguar and Land Rover is more than possible from the company. And I think the company should make the jump. As a smaller volume automaker, I think it might even be easier in some respects for Jaguar Land Rover to go fully electric than perhaps some of the larger volume automakers out there. I mean, let's face it, we now have the battery technology, although maybe not the battery volumes, to make all electric Defenders, Discoveries and Range Rovers. I mean, it seems incongruous somehow to make a brand new platform designed with electric in mind, only then to ultimately make internal combustion engine versions somewhere down the line. What do you think? Let me know below. That's it. Thanks for watching. And if you'd like to help us make more videos like this, please do like, comment and subscribe. Send us a couple of dollars our way every month through Patreon, or feed our coffee habit with Ko-fi. I'll be back soon with more content for you all to enjoy. Hopefully a little less horse. But until then, stay safe, wash your hands and keep evolving. And I'm dropping the salute because, don't touch your face.